Greendale Physical Therapy has locations in Worcester on Gold Star Boulevard, in Shrewsbury on Route 9, and in downtown Clinton. Greendale also performs aquatic physical therapy at the Greendale YMCA. Greendale Physical Therapy prides itself on ease of access by providing initial evaluations in the soonest time possible and by offering convenient locations in the Central Mass area. Greendale Physical Therapy therapists are experts in the treatment of sports injuries, musculoskeletal injuries, and post-surgical rehabilitation, just to name a few. These are just a handful of the reasons why Greendale is the place doctors refer their patients. Greendale Physical Therapy was recognized by Advance Magazine for physical therapy and rehabilitation with an honorable mention in their 2014 Practice of the Year contest. You'll find some of the friendliest people at Greendale Physical Therapy, too. To set up an appointment, call 508-459-5000 or go online to greendalept.com.
To get the best results, prevent delays in healing, and to get the optimal outcomes, it's important to adhere to your plan of care, which is the number of days per week and number of weeks your therapist prescribes that you come. Missing appointments only delays your recovery and causes problems with ensuring proper scheduling.
My symptoms and limitations prior to coming to Greendale Physical Therapy were chronic lower back pain. I had chronic lower back pain for most of my adult life, and although I had been to physical therapy in the past, I never really got full relief of my symptoms. I had surgery in December and something changed, and when by the end of December I was barely able to walk, I had pain shooting down my leg and numbness, and I was in pretty rough shape. I wasn't able to sleep at night, and it was pretty debilitating. The treatments that I found were most beneficial were the exercise for the long term, but I couldn't have gotten through the exercises without all the physical manipulation. I really needed somebody to put me back in place after doing the exercises, and a lot of times I would come into an appointment really stiff and in a lot of pain. I'm pain-free for the first time in my adult life. I have been able to be really physically active for the first time in my life. In fact, I'm training for my first 5K. I've started swimming. I can keep up with my kids, which is wonderful. It's a really family-like atmosphere. Everybody's so friendly. They all know you and say hi to you when you come in. And the physical therapists are really spectacular. I would absolutely recommend Greendale Physical Therapy to a friend or a family member, and I have. I don't think I could have had such amazing results at any place else. I've been treated well. I've had results that I never thought were possible, and I think that lots of people would benefit from being patients here.
Ask about our aquatic physical therapy program, performed at the Greendale YMCA. The program services patients from all of our clinics. Take advantage of the buoyancy of water to unweight aching joints and benefit from greater ease of motion within the water. The aquatic program is performed in 4-foot deep water in a therapy pool that is approximately 88 degrees. It also features locker rooms and a lift into and out of the water if needed. A special feature of Greendale's aquatic program is that the therapist is in the pool with you and assists you with your exercises on an individual basis. Ask your therapist if aquatic physical therapy could be the right treatment for you. Rest assured you're in good hands. Our award-winning team has been recognized by some of the largest organizations as being the best. Greendale was the winner of the prestigious Better Business Bureau Award for Marketplace Excellence. And Greendale earned honorable mention in the national publication Advance Magazine for Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation's Practice of the Year contest, an award only a few therapy clinics in the country receive.
It was about 5 years ago, and it was due to an injury. I had rock climbing on my bucket list, and I made a beautiful ascent. I got up that mountain, no problem at all. but coming down, I pinched a nerve. Aside from the pain in the back, my right arm went totally numb and all of my fingers also tingled. I went to my primary care physician. He recommended going to physical therapy. For the particular injury I had, it was suggested that I have deep massage, and the deep massage combined with the exercise really did the trick. Well, the best thing about physical therapy is now I'm able to move without pain. Have recommended physical therapy, Greendale Physical Therapy, to about 12 people, but what I loved the most was the warmth and the caring and just how sweet and wonderful they were to me. I enjoyed my stay here immensely, and I would have stayed on, but damn it, you cured me, and I had to move on. But thank you for everything. I appreciated everything all of you did for me. It was just wonderful. Well, frankly, I have finished my bucket list. I did want to run with the bulls, but I understand that they don't allow women to do that. So come up with something, and I'll be very happy to add that to my bucket list.
We make it easy for you to schedule your appointments. With early morning and late evening appointments, we are here for you. We have the team to accommodate your schedule and your condition. Want the same appointment times every week? Just book ahead to secure your slots. Want to schedule with the same therapist? Just let us know, and we can make it happen. Why are some therapists called physical therapy assistants and others just physical therapists? Both are highly trained and skilled in the treatment of patients. The main difference between the two being that physical therapists are the ones that perform your evaluation and periodic re-evaluations, which is required by the state of Massachusetts. Both are skilled in implementing physical therapy treatment.
So I have a lot of artificial joints, and I was a lot of physical therapy in between each one of them to recover. You know, the knees just didn't want to bend, and the hip just didn't want to flex, and Joe was expert at being able to overcome the scar adhesions that build up in the joint after the surgeries and do it in a way that I wasn't screaming and in pain, and yet I'd experience over and over again limping into my appointment for physical therapy, but then walking evenly on an even keel out of my appointments. It was a very friendly atmosphere, and I found that very markedly different from other physical therapists I've gone to. They're expert at mixing different types of physical therapy into the same session, and with most exceptionally and particularly hands-on physical manipulation. I have recommended Greendale Physical Therapy on a number of occasions and would do so again. I live in Shrewsbury, and right in my hometown, I have such a quality option for physical therapy. It's been a great relationship between myself and Greendale Physical Therapy.
Our team is highly educated. Not only do many of our therapists have their master's and even their doctorate degrees, Greendale offers a program for our team to go above and beyond in their training with a program called Greendale Physical Therapy U. Greendale Physical Therapy U is a long-term structured framework of education for Greendale therapists, and it can be completed while therapists continue to practice full-time. The program advances not only each therapist's individual skills, but the combined skills of the team. Physical Therapy U allows us to offer the most consistent and highest level of treatment and customer service. Greendale Physical Therapy U is a series of continuing education courses that help us ensure the best and most consistent care for our patients. The program begins with training in documentation and compliance. but the majority of the trainings emphasize the fine-tuning and strengthening of manual therapy skills and exercise-based therapies. All therapists take the same courses to ensure a high level of consistent care for our patients. Throughout the Greendale Therapy U program, therapists can also earn additional industry certifications. Did you know that there's a deeper meaning behind the pictures in our clinics? Like our logo, all unique pieces of artwork are representations of motion and movement, which is what physical therapy is all about regaining. We still have some pictures of our high-level athletes that we treat, but we feel most people are more comfortable with some beautiful artwork while they perform their physical therapy.
I was rear-ended, and as a result I had whiplash, and as anybody that's had whiplash before will tell you, I had pretty limited range of motion. I had perpetual basically stiff neck, and from my neck to my upper back, my shoulders was all very just constant pain, and it really limited what I was able to do in terms of even just simple things like driving, and I couldn't sleep very well. Wake me up in the middle of the night just from being uncomfortable. And then after I went to therapy, I really started to be able to get back to a normal routine, and instead of being in constant pain, it went to the balance swung more to me being feeling better, and then with limited pain, and then eventually I feel like I'm back to 100%, and best of all, I get to sleep whenever I want. Everyone from the first person you meet when you come into the door, to the assistants, to the physical therapists, to the administrative staff, are all just fantastic people, and they really genuinely care about who you are and your situation, and making you better. So the manual therapy sessions were great. They were basically like getting a massage, and that's when I felt the best immediately afterwards. But the ones that were the most beneficial were probably the therapies that I was taught and told to do at home, that really accelerated my recovery. And really now, even if I start to feel a tweak or a twinge for whatever reason, I'm able to do the exercises and therapies that I was remember from when I was coming regularly, and it makes all of the symptoms subside very quickly. I would absolutely recommend anybody that needs any form of physical therapy to come to Greendale Physical Therapy.
Did you know that Greendale Physical Therapy is a physical therapist-owned practice? It is, which translates into greater understanding of your overall care, more focus on patient care, and a better overall physical therapy experience. Greendale isn't beholden to corporate pressures, thereby focusing on what is most important: you, the patient. Greendale Physical Therapy was founded in 2002 by John Dooley with the original name of Shrewsbury Physical Therapy. Since then, the company has grown and expanded its ability to serve its patients and has become a leader in physical therapy in the area. We are involved in the community. Each year since 2011, we have sponsored a large road race on Shrewsbury Street called the Greendale Physical Therapy Oktoberfest 5K to help raise money for a local charity. We also participate in local fairs, school events, local farmers markets, and community organizations.
Where I had torn my hamstring completely off of my ischium, I was unable to participate in any sports, any household heavy activities and or lifting my children. The doctor had asked me to look for a place that had aquatics. So I Googled physical therapies with aquatics, and sure enough, Greendale Physical Therapy showed up that they had it. I came in, they got me into the aquatics as soon as they could, and they had me up and running within those 6 months that was told to me that I would be able to get back into jiu-jitsu. I liked that I felt like it was like Cheers. You walked in, everyone knew your name, they had a cart waiting for you, and that's how I felt. It was just very, very homey here, and everybody, talks to you, beyond just being your physical therapist. Sometimes I feel like they were your counselor as well. So it's very homey. It's been manual manipulation, has been really helping a lot with getting a lot of the scar tissue moving. And now I can lift my children, I can do household activities. I did recommend physical therapy here for my wife who had a shoulder surgery. She had the shoulder surgery, came in for physical therapy, and she was up and running and moving just as the time frame had said that she would be, and she's actually participating almost a year after her injury tomorrow in a bodybuilding competition, and that's thanks to Greendale PT.
We help out local schools. We're involved with helping local area high school and college students with observation hours and for long-term internships. We're involved with the local MCPHS physical therapy program, taking on their students. We value our relationships with the local schools and colleges, and it's mutually beneficial relationship. Some of our students have gone on to become Greendale Physical Therapy team members and therapists. At Greendale Physical Therapy, we take care of people as if they were Olympic athletes. This is that we simply care about our patients and treat them the best way we can. This includes not only taking care of them clinically, but on the administrative end of things as well. Education and mentoring is valued and fostered at Greendale Physical Therapy. We encourage and foster all our employees to take on a mentoring relationship, whether as a mentor, a mentee, or as both. The research shows not only is it important for clinical development, but in other areas of development as well. There is some education we require, compliance, etc., but we also have continuing education that is optional, and taking it is highly encouraged. Participate in mentoring and take advantage of GPTU.
I originally came to Greendale Physical Therapy for some fractures to my shin and some knee pain. And my limitations, I was unable to run, I couldn't climb, I couldn't play any of the sports that I like to play, and I was unable to lifeguard because I was unable to stand for long periods of time, so I was really out of my groove. Now that I've come to treatment at Greendale Physical Therapy, I'm able to start rock climbing again, and I can lifeguard again. I've gotten back to work, and I'm going to be climbing mountains in about 2 weeks. So I'm very happy with the treatment I've received. I'm able to do all of the things that I couldn't do, that I was limited because of my injury. The best thing about coming to Greendale Physical Therapy is the people who are here. It's like you're with your family when you come in here, and everybody knows you by name, and it's like you're having a reunion every time you come in. It's a great atmosphere, and they push you to work your hardest and to become your strongest, and it really pushes you to go the extra mile when you come into here. The most beneficial treatments are the manual therapy is excellent. All of the therapists are very knowledgeable, but also the exercises that I can do at home and I can do at my own gym. So that pushes me to practice every day to become stronger. I would recommend Greendale Physical Therapy to anybody that I know. My mother has joint disease, and she came in here and we had physical therapy as a family time as well, and she got much stronger. And the therapists here are great. The treatment here is excellent. I would recommend this place to anybody that I know that is in pain and needs help to get stronger again.
At Greendale Physical Therapy, we feel that kindness and compassion ought not to be ignored. These concepts are often left out in the world of business. It's important to the Greendale team to understand our fellow team members and patients. A simple act of kindness can have a tremendous impact on someone's life. At Greendale Physical Therapy, we tap into the power of healing with a hands-on approach. We feel that manual therapy, no matter the type, is one of the most powerful components of a physical therapy program. We feel strongly that manual therapy techniques should be incorporated in some way with most of our daily treatments with our patients. At Greendale, physical therapy is what we do. Greendale concentrates on being good at one thing: physical therapy. By doing this, we will become the best at what we do and not distracted by unrelated services or fads.